What is up, everybody? It is your boy Owen Shapiro back on the OSHAP podcast. Today, I'm going to be giving my top 10 NFL power rankings, who I have from best to worst. And honestly, maybe I could just go best team in each division right now. Starting with the AFC East. I believe the Bills are still the best team in the AFC East. I just personally believe the Patriots are doing great. I think we're doing much better than people expect, but I believe the Bills are still on top for this. Patriots are great, but the Bills are still lengths ahead. I do feel like we're going to lose this week versus Pittsburgh, but I think we're going to go on an 9-win run. Honestly, after Pittsburgh, I only see us losing to the Bills twice, honestly, and that's really it, I think. So, yeah. Next, let's go with the NFC East. I have the Cowboys as the best. No. I'm just kidding. I have the Eagles as the best team in the NFC East currently. I think the Cowboys are good against teams that are mediocre or lower, sometimes mediocre, but I feel like the Eagles are just a super team. They are what would be in the NBA as a super team. I think if you look at Jalen Hurts, he's playing at the top of his game. If you look at the Giants, Russell Wilson is running for his life. If you look at the Commanders, a lot of people I know aren't sold on them. I think they're still fine, but I think they won't do as good as last year, but similar. And then if we're talking about the if we're talking about the AFC North, I'm thinking that honestly right now, Pittsburgh Steelers are the best team in the AFC North. Seriously, I really believe this. I think the Bengals could still come out of this, but I don't think they will. I had the Bengals winning the Super Bowl, but Joe Burrow got hurt. So in actuality, I'm probably going to pick the Steelers on this, but at the same time, I feel like the Browns are not playing as good, and the Ravens, once again, the Ravens are playing good, but how long will they keep this up? I'm just saying, the Ravens are playing good, and I really love Lamar Jackson. But you got to be able to win games, man. You got to be able to win games. You can't just go into games and think that if you run the ball well. And once again, I think John Harbaugh has changed the game. I'm probably going to make a video on how John Harbaugh changed the game in the NFL. But at the same time, I also feel like I just feel like the Steelers are just doing way too good, honestly. So, yeah, I have the Steelers as the best team in the AFC North. NFC North, the best team is the Packers. I think I can move on. I think that's well known. But the Lions are still good. Not as good as last year, but they're still good. The Bears, I don't even know what's going on there. That's just ridiculous. Vikings, good team, but a bit inconsistent. So I have currently the Packers as the best team in the NFC North. AFC West, we got the Chiefs, Chargers, the Broncos, and Raiders. All right. I think people are so quick to say the Chiefs are out of this because I don't think that's the case at all. I just don't see the Chiefs being out of this right now. I really don't. Sure, they lost the first two games. Sure, Mahomes looks like he's running for his life like he's Russell Wilson on the Giants. But at the same time, I just don't see how the Chiefs could just fall apart. Like how? I mean, look, Mahomes is one of the greatest QBs ever. Unless he has some Aaron Rodgers type team where he can't play well and maybe because that's the thing. Mahomes is extremely similar to Aaron Rodgers. I think he's Aaron Rodgers the better. He has that Aaron Rodgers, Montana, West Coast offense style. I just personally believe that because Mahomes is having this tough offensive line, because his receivers are playing a little bit inconsistent, and I feel like they're having to rely on stopping the run game on the other side. Look, I still think the Chiefs are number one in their division, but don't be surprised if the Raiders somehow get number two. just don't throw the Chiefs out as number one immediately in their division. They're still a great team. As long as they have Patrick Mahomes, they have a chance to make the playoffs. Same thing when Green Bay had Rodgers, and same thing when the 49ers had Montana. As long as you have a West Coast QB who is really consistent, you're going to win the game. That's all I'm saying. And honestly, Rodgers doesn't even look all that bad. Like, I'm seeing him on the Steelers. He's just slow. He's making the same plays. He's just slow. I watched that game a bit. The Steelers were kind of, I wouldn't say unlucky, but the ball bounced one way and they could have won. But at the same time, they lost, right? I'm just saying, Rodgers doesn't look that bad. Mahomes doesn't look that bad, okay? It just depends on the game. And not only that, they're going to have to claw their way out of their team to win those games. Same thing. So we got the NFC West. Okay, get ready for this. While I feel like the Seahawks will go on a run, I personally feel like the Rams are the best team in their division. Okay? I really believe this. The Rams are the best team in their division, and I feel like the Rams they could be the team to beat in the NFL right now. I'm telling you this right now. And I think the Eagles are a great team, but I think the Eagles and Rams are both really unstoppable, and the Rams are up there. So that just brings us back to the South, the AFC South. I think the Texans are a little bit unlucky right now. Look, I don't believe in luck in the NFL. Things happen and they happen. It's not like luck is the defining factor, but I personally believe that the Texans are just not on their momentum. They just don't have the momentum right now, honestly. And so I actually believe that the Texans will make it back and they'll play their best. The Texans, honestly, right now, I personally believe, have a really solid team. They've just been not playing their best, but I think they can do this. The Jaguars are looking good, but I don't know. I'm sort of starting to feel like, look, the Titans, they're good, but they have a rookie QB. They're trying to, they're getting there, right? The Colts, looking good, right? But honestly, I predicted the Colts would do this without Daniel Jones, but they have Daniel Jones and they're doing it. And then once again with the Texans, I feel like the Jaguars, I'm not just saying this to antagonize the Jaguars, but I feel like they're fool's gold. I think this year, fool's gold. Next year, maybe not. The year after that, maybe not. I just don't feel like Trevor Lawrence is in the right position at the right time. Same thing I felt about Mac Jones. I just don't feel it's the right position and right time. I just don't see, it doesn't seem to be fitting for me. And so I have the Texans as the best team in their division. Then I'm going to say the Titans, then Jaguars, than the Colts, because I kind of feel like the Colts will have a little bit of a downfall. All right. The Colts are still a relatively good team, but just remember, it's only been a few games. And not only that, they were not, to me, they weren't the best teams. But anyway, so then that brings us to the NFC Snout. The NFC South. So, of course, in the NFC South, get ready for this. I think the Saints quarterback is much better than we expect. I've been following him since high school. I think his talent level is incredible, but his leadership in college and high school was pretty horrendous, and it's pretty well documented that the guy would be rude to teammates. He was drinking a lot, all this stuff. But if he's somehow able to, let's say, overcome some of these mental challenges he's had, which I believe he can, I think he could do good with the Saints. All right, but honestly, though, the Falcons, they have a good offense, and the Panthers, I really feel bad. The Panthers have really let me down. I thought they were doing good, and they've kind of let me down. I hate to say it. They were really doing good at the end of last season, and I didn't have them making the playoffs this year, but I had them doing better, and I'm kind of disappointed. I'm really disappointed with how they've been treating Bryce Young. So, of course, I mentioned the Falcons, Saints, Panthers, now Buccaneers. I got to stop doubting the Buccaneers. I really have to. I feel, I don't know. It just seems the Buccaneers are at the right place in the right time, but that's just the NFL, and I got to stop doubting them. I think I've got to come to my senses that this is the game. Because I remember I had told friends that I thought Baker Mayfield was a better quarterback than Donovan McNabb, even in his first year. And I love Baker Mayfield. Everybody doubted me, and of course Baker Mayfield became a top QB. I'm going to say this right now. This is tough because they're all relatively good offenses. I think that it's going to be currently how this season will end. It's going to be the Buccaneers, the Falcons, the Saints, and then the Panthers. And it's really disappointing to me because I obviously I can't change this. I mean, look, I can change my opinion whenever the hell I want, but I made my official preseason, so before preseason predictions where I had the Panthers doing good, not making the playoffs, but doing good. It could still happen. Something's telling me though that Spencer Rattler on the Saints is playing much better than I expected. Something is telling me that. Maybe I should stop playing fool's gold with teams like I did with Bryce Young last year with the Panthers. I'm just saying there's a lot of good young quarterbacks that have the opportunity to do great, and I feel like the teams are just they're just not good around them. I'm sorry, they're not. Anyway, so if I were to rank these divisions of the best winners from each division of who it is, I'm going to go with number one. I'm going to say number 1 Rams, number 2 Eagles, number 3 Bills, number 4 Chiefs, number 5 Packers. Then I'm going to say number 6, honestly, let's just go with the Buccaneers. 7 Lions. I'm going to say 8 Steelers, 9 Patriots, and 10, I'm going to go with the Raiders. You heard me. I said it, the Raiders. Okay, everybody. I'm your boy, Owen Shapiro. This is the day before football in week 3 of the NFL. See you guys.